Hey guys, London here on a shitty ass mic to tell you what's up with this video. So, there's randomly 2 points in this podcast where Thomas and I sound like robots for like 20 seconds each. I think I fixed the problem for next week, but we'll never know. Maybe we're slowly descending into the realm of being actual robots. And at one point in this podcast, Thomas cuts off for like 2 seconds, and then we say it again, so it doesn't actually matter. And it's a shorter podcast because I was feeling a little sad, a little bit of depression, So, but next week, it's going to be huge. It's going to be mega epic. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the podcast.
I can't remember it. Oh, fuck. I started off way too hard. I started off, in the middle. But, cut, restart, pretend that this point where I start singing now is the beginning.
Okay.
Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, God, please wake me. It's Metallica's One.
Yeah, which Dalton Trumbo film was in.
Yeah.
Nice.
The song is based off the movie we watched this week, and the music video is based
Jonathan got his Gunathan.
Yeah, Jonathan got his Gunathan,
Yeah. By Metallica. They made the movie.
Or Jun got his gun.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So,
all right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast where we talk to you.
And we talk to ourselves.
Yeah.
To each other.
Mostly that. Mostly talking to ourselves.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of goons. Anyway, we're here to talk about 2 movies and some other stuff. Yeah. Thomas, how you been?
Been alright. Just doing the work grind. You want to hear a funny work story that happened to me?
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to move this table close to you. Okay. Funny work story.
Alright, so as you may have picked up through subtle details, I'm a kitchen custodian, graveyard. So I clean kitchens all night. And I don't have any slip-proof shoes currently, like the tread-safe ones, which I haven't for the last month. And I've been fine, but I finally took my first little slip today.
Broke your leg.
I thought I did for a second, not because I was like, oh shit, my leg feels broken, but once you hear how it kind of happened, you might understand why I thought I broke my leg for a second. But yeah, I was basically in this kitchen. There was a dishwasher who was doing some dishes. The floor, naturally, was wet, as it is with dishwashers. And I did a little slippy and slidey. I was doing that cartoony kind of run thing that you do when you lose traction. You'll see the Scooby-Doo game do where they're like, doo! I know you listeners couldn't see that, but
he's doing a funny little run with his hands.
Yeah. But basically, I just kind of slipped and fell straight on my ass.
Nice.
And when I did that, I was in front of a big, industrial mixer. And when I fell, my legs naturally went under the mixer and knocked the bowl off its hinges. And the bowl just, this big, giant metal bowl just came down and slammed on my knees. And I was like, oh! Because if that thing was heavier, because I had never, picked it up or moved it, so I didn't know, how bad it was going to be. So for, a split second, I'm like, I'm dead, I'm dying, I fell on my ass, and my legs are broken. But I was fine. My goal, whenever I, feel myself falling and I have, that split second, is just to kind of, go into an L shape and land straight on my ass. That way I don't, hit my head on anything. Which, if I didn't do that, I totally would have hit my head on a sink. So, that's cool. That was my work story. And then I went around work with a wet ass for 3 hours because I landed straight in a pile of water.
Yeah, usually when I walk around work with a wet ass, it's just because I shit my pants.
For a split second when I landed, I'm like, because the water is like
accidentally
warm and
shit
wet.
my-
I'm like, did I shit my pants? Because my ass was numb the second
Yeah.
I hit the ground. I'm like, did I shit my pants? I'm like, no. It's probably just numb from impact and I landed in a giant puddle of water. Thankfully, I didn't shit myself.
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do if I shit myself at this job. Because there's been someone who did that before, and this is a job where word spreads like when shit like that happens. So that would be
When shit like that happens.
when shit like that happens.
So you would have been like, "You're a little shit boy."
yeah, I probably would have like quit if I shit myself. Probably would have just been like, all right, well, this place was nice. It was worth a try.
I'm gonna go somewhere where they don't call me shit boy.
Yeah. I'd just go back to the theater. Shit there. No, I would not go back to that place.
Fair enough. Me neither. All right.
Yeah.
Have
How
you
was your
watched
week?
any? Oh, my week was okay. A lot of work. A lot of picking up slack for other people, which is annoying.
Mm.
But life's life, you know.
Totally understand it.
Have you watched anything else this week?
I watched one One Piece movie.
Nice.
Because it wasn't like a new movie. It wasn't like anything I hadn't experienced from the series before. It was just like a compilation film of an arc from a different character's perspective.
Okay.
The only reason why I watched it was to hear any potential future casting for the English dub that they might have done.
Okay.
Because it had they jumped a whole arc to dub that movie. And it's like, it's a special technically, but it's 90 minutes. So it's like,
So it's like a special movie.
yeah, except, yeah, I wouldn't recommend going that route because it doesn't really do a good job at adapting the arc. And it doesn't really bring any new dimensions to the character it's following. Plus, this was dubbed slightly before all the Kick Vic, I stand with Vic shit happened, and Vic Mignogna was cast as
every character in it.
No, just the one character.
Zoro.
I'm not going to say the character's name.
Oh,
the
it's a
character's
spoiler.
name is a spoiler. Yes.
Zoro V2.
How did you guess?
Perfect Zoro-mon.
Yeah. But, so yeah, I watched that, and then I watched the 2 movies.
Cool.
Yeah. What about you? Did you watch, 20 films like usual?
I mean, yeah. The only things that were really notable were, I watched Chapter 2.
Yeah.
Which I thoroughly enjoyed.
I'm probably going to catch that at, 10:30ish tonight, maybe.
Cool. And then I watched Ready or Not.
Yeah.
Which I also thoroughly enjoyed. A lot of fun. I was laughing my ass off the whole time. I'm like, hee, rich people making board games.
Okay.
And then I also watched Hustlers.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just about me getting rich and then, enslaving you to play chess for me.
Well, that
Like in The Simpsons. Mr. Burns' house.
That wouldn't be wise, because I'm not very good at chess.
But that's okay. You're only one of the pieces, so.
No, I have a mind of my own. I move around wherever I want to on the
Cut off all your limbs.
That's fine, whatever. I'll be the main character of the movie
Yeah.
we watched.
And then I watched Hustlers, which is the Jennifer Lopez Constant Wu, based on a true story stripper movie about them scamming a bunch of money out of Wall Street people.
Oh.
Which was also very good. A lot of fun.
Huh.
Jennifer Lopez is 50 years old, and I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
She looks very good for her age. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's almost like celebrities have
It's almost
money
like money
for
helps
plastic
you not age,
surgery
yeah.
and, getting
Professional
rid of
dietitians and, everything that helps you to remain seemingly ageless.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it's a gamble, because you're not always going to come out looking like J-Lo. Sometimes you'll come out looking like...
Gary Busey.
Yeah.
I mean, he was also in a car accident.
Yeah.
That's a form of plastic surgery.
Yeah. I don't know if they had to, but I wouldn't be surprised if they had to touch up some areas on his face.
Yeah. Yeah, so those were the I think those were like the main movies I wanted to talk about that just, they were all pretty fun. Like, woo! I watched Lemonade Mouth.
Oh, I saw that like once when I was like 12.
Which I really like Lemonade Mouth. But I like movies about bands, so I'm like, ooh, Lemonade Mouth. Sweet.
Yeah, you know me. Oh.
Okay. Our recording software fucked on us real quick, but it's fine now.
Yeah.
It just jumped around.
In case you didn't hear that, I can Disney movies. That's all I said. So, just in case.
Yeah, just in case you want to beat up Thomas for hating fun.
Fun or a giant corporate company that has bought most of
fun. Not the company, the movies. Lemonade Mouth is fun.
Oh, you mean the movies that are probably written by like 30 different people?
Lemonade Mouth.
And formulated to like have just the right amount
Lemonade
of everything
Mouth.
in it? How many writers does Lemonade Mouth have?
Let's check.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it only had a couple writers. It seems like there are, like, I'm not bashing.
Two.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not like necessarily bashing everything that comes out because I like some stuff Disney has made, obviously. But I'm not one of those who is like eagerly awaiting the next Disney movie.
Ooh, I can't wait for the live-action remake of Dalton Trumbo's Johnny Got His Gun.
No, I wouldn't want a remake of that.
I might. We'll talk about that, but...
Yeah.
Okay. That's what we watched in the week. Now it's time for everyone's favorite section, where we answer your questions.
Oh, how many did we get?
We got from 2 different people.
That's one more than last week.
Yeah, my friend Julia has sent us 4 questions.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. If you were stranded on an island and could only bring 3 films to watch, and supposedly a way to watch them, what would you bring?
Little Shop for sure. I don't know. This is like a hard fucking question.
Yeah.
Probably Little Shop. Probably. I know the weird noises is an answer, but that's what I'm using to think.
Google Translate that.
Fuck. Probably like The Lobster. Maybe. I don't know. This is hard. Let me fuck.
Let me fuck.
Let me fuck.
Let my puppets come.
No, I just bring 3 Blu-ray copies of The Rocketeer.
No.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, probably Little Shop. Probably. God, I honestly don't fucking know. Hold on. Let me go through.
Okay, I'll go through mine real quick. Because
I'm super.
I feel like I don't want to, just because they're like my favorite films. A lot of them, I'm like, I don't want to watch this every day.
Yeah, that's
a lot
kind
of the films I want, like that are my favorite, are like pretty soul crushing.
And I'm also like, should I pick like really long movies that like?
I feel like I just want to pick like movies that make me happy, just because it would help me forget that I'm on a desert island for a bit. So I'd probably pick School of Rock, Sing Street, and The Last Jedi. Those are my 3.
Okay. Oh, I'm logged into the letterbox that doesn't have any shit on it. Let me see.
Alright, we'll come back to this question.
Okay.
Oh, you got it?
I would definitely bring Eraserhead.
Oh, yeah.
Probably beyond that, I would bring maybe like Pulp Fiction. That's like a really fun movie. I enjoy that one.
Okay. What, in Little Shop?
Actually, I'm gonna fuck Pulp Fiction. I want to bring The Host. That's a movie I think I can get on a few more times.
The Bong Joon-ho one, or the one that's an adaptation of
the Stephanie Meyer one, obviously.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
No, the Bong Joon-ho one. And Peter Jackson's King Kong. Why not?
Oh, okay. Okay. What appeals to you more in a film? A good visual design or a good narrative/story?
Narrative story.
Why?
Because I want to actually feel like I'm gaining something when I watch a movie. Like, there are lots of movies that'll, like, look good. They'll have, like,
can't get, like,
a good cinematographer, but, like, everything in the script is either, like, really surface level or pretty just meh. Like, an example of a movie like that was Greta for me. I thought Greta had a lot of, like, really great filmmaking behind it, but the script and the narrative and the story and the characters and everything that really gives weight to a movie, in my opinion, was lacking. And I mean, not that doesn't necessarily, like, it's a case-by-case basis, because there are some movies that are just meant to be purely visual, and if that's the case, I could give credit to that one, but usually it's going to be the narrative and, like, the character arcs and...
Yeah, I would agree with that, like...
Making sure everything, like, is thematically, like, consistent and stuff like that.
Yeah, that pretty much the same answer for me. If, like, something has a really great narrative and you, like, really invest in that, can, like, carry me through, like, on a wild roller coaster. But, like, if it has great visual design, I can also get through that. But every time something stupid happens in the narrative, it's like a roadblock.
Yeah.
And maybe, like, lackluster visual design isn't necessarily as big of a roadblock for me. Okay. What film has your all-time favorite visual design?
Phantom of the Paradise.
That's a good choice.
I really like the way that movie looks. Probably like Suspiria would be like a second one for me.
Yeah, Suspiria.
The Dario Argento one.
Yeah, one of the Suspirias is probably my favorite in visual design. I love both.
Yeah, I love both movies. I like the new Suspiria more, but and I even like what they do with the visual style, but
it's not as amazing. I get it. Yeah. Which I think works to its advantage. Like, that's a movie, like, I think that having, like, a more blaring visual design like the first one might be a hindrance to the script.
A bit distracting.
Because it's,
especially since the remake of it was, like, so, dense compared to the original one.
Yeah. Okay, and then follow up. What film has your favorite all-time narrative/story? Mine's Memories of Murder. That story, that narrative, the way they weave everything together is...
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I really enjoy movies that follow, like, an entire character's life.
I feel it.
So I might, like, just say, like, Barry Lyndon, because that's, like, the first example that, like, comes to mind.
Barry, the movie about, like, the young Barack Obama meeting Michelle Obama.
I think you ignored the second part of that title that I said.
Barry London.
Yeah, I want Barry London.
Oh. Okay. Well, yeah, those are our answers. Thank you for sending in a question, Julia.
Wait, did you say your favorite narrative?
Memories of Murder.
Oh, Memories of Murder, that's right. You said it so quick.
Now we have a question from Pierre.
Okay, Pierre, what's your question?
Okay. So for this, we have to stare at each other in the eyes.
Okay.
Say your favorite thing about the Naruto character Sakura. I know almost nothing about her, so I'm only going to say what I know about her from the German opening to Naruto. And Sakura, the beautiful. So I will say that she is beautiful. I like her pink hair.
I like that she can kick ass. So I like that she can kick ass sometimes.
Okay.
Like in the beginning of Shippuden, she has a fight with, I forget the name of the specific one, but the one Akatsuki member that can like control puppets.
Puppet Master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fight's pretty badass, but I really don't like her whole, oh, I need Sasuke, I love Sasuke. That's like 90% of her character. At least it feels like it. I haven't watched Naruto since like high school, so
Yeah.
the details are a bit muddy, but the broad strokes are still there. And I remember her just constantly being like, what? I don't like Naruto, I like Sasuke. Even though he literally, like, hates me and has told me this and tried to kill me one time. But
There's also a follow-up question.
oh,
We're
what's...
still staring at each other in the eyes.
Yeah?
What is your least favorite thing about the trash movie Eraserhead?
My least favorite thing about the brilliant movie Eraserhead.
Sorry, no, the question was the trash movie Eraserhead.
The triumphant movie Eraserhead.
The trash movie Eraserhead.
The tremendous movie Eraserhead.
Yeah.
Uh,
Your least favorite thing.
my least favorite thing.
Yeah.
Probably the title.
Yeah, it would have been better as Pencil Dick.
Like, I don't know what would have been a better title,
David Lynch's Big Booty Bitches.
but when I think of that movie, the bit with the Eraserhead is not like...
Yeah, but
Even
he
in
looks
my
like
top
he has an
5.
Eraserhead.
Yeah, I guess you'd say that.
I would say
Looks like you can pick him up and just use his
my
head.
answer is kind of similar. It would be not enough talk about his Eraserhead. There should have been more stuff about it. Or they should have named the movie David Lynch's No Phones.
Yeah? He didn't know that phones are going to be such a hindrance on the cinematic experience.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the question, Pierre.
Yeah, and thanks for the questions also, Julia. Did we thank her?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't. I like half listen.
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
All right, ready to talk about Johnny Got His Gun?
You're skipping your favorite segment.
Okay, what's your movie idea?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right, there's a movie about a sentient, like, what do you call the typical like thing of grapes?
A vine?
A vine is
A grapevine?
like, is that for just like the one? Like, when I picture like a grapevine, I picture like a shit ton of grapes.
A bushel of grapes?
I don't know, but anyway, so just a thing of grapes.
Okay.
Gains sentience.
Okay. Annoying Orange the movie, Grapeception.
Yeah, and basically, it has like strong telepathic powers, and like basically just becomes humanity's new god.
Oh.
Yeah, and basically it's about a rebel group trying to uprise and stop the grapes or stomp the grapes.
And does this all take place over like only like 3 days before they just naturally just shrivel up
Well,
and die?
the film takes place in the scene where they actually stomp the grapes into the wine, and then whoever drinks the wine gains the powers of God.
Oh.
But if you smash them and drink their blood after transforming it into wine, then it's like a big continuous cycle, and so it's just...
So then it ends up that everyone in the world dies because of it, except the last person, and they're God to no one.
Well, okay, so it follows the last, like, 5 normal people on Earth, and the one God who's like, well, I'm your God, you guys gotta do what we say. And he's
And
like,
no!
fuck you. The film ends with the 5 last people getting fed up and committing suicide, and God just being like, well, it's just me here on Earth, with no one to command.
Then he just starts like breakdancing.
Yeah,
He's like, now I can breakdance for all eternity.
exactly. Perfect ending. And it'll end on like a bird's eye view of him breakdancing, and it'll like just slowly rise through the empty city and like go up to like show like Earth, and it'll just like keep going until Earth is just like fades to black, and then that's the end of the movie.
Somebody like flushing a toilet.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
And it's actually Pierre, and the Earth was his poop.
I love it.
And the grapes, he has a bad digestive system, so they were just grapes that weren't digested properly.
Perfect. It sounds like...
Genius.
Sounds like an Oscar winner.
Okay, my movie is about, it's about Pierre.
Okay.
And it's about him, like, you know, like, the end of the world people that have the signs are like, the end is near! It's nigh! It's coming! It's him holding up a sign like that every day saying, David Lynch's Eraserhead's a trash movie! Oh. He's like trying to convince people of this, because if he doesn't convince enough people, then David Lynch will become the new Satan and burn the world. He's like the Antichrist, but
fire is coming.
If enough people like Eraserhead, that's when he gains his power. So Pierre's actually doing the honorable thing and trying to stop people from liking the movie. That's why he thinks it's bad.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to watch the world burn, so I'm just going to keep watching.
And it culminates with David Lynch and Pierre fighting. And Pierre, of course, has like a gauntlet of phones that he like shoots out of his hand.
He finally beats him with a Nokia.
Yep. That's actually all of them. They're all Nokias.
Oh, they're all Nokias.
He has like a sword made of Nokia phones.
Oh, nice.
He's like, you may be a god now, but my sword is indestructible.
Watching a movie on your fucking telephone? Get real. I love David Lynch.
You literally did that exact same voice, and then you laughed like that, and then said, I love David Lynch. You said the exact same thing last week.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I need to stop smoking pot.
Alright. So, Jonathan God is Gonathan.
Yeah.
By Dalton Trumbo. What was the movie about, Thomas? I didn't watch it. Just kidding.
I was like, what? So this movie is an anti-war film from 1971, I think? 1971 or 1972. I'll look real quick. But basically, it's about a man named Jonathan who he goes off to war and he gets caught in a bomb explosion that ends up like blowing off his arms or blowing him up, and then he ends up needing to get his like arms and legs amputated. He needs like a feeding and a breathing tube. He can't see, he can't talk. Basically,
they think he's completely brain dead.
Yeah. But he's basically just in this dark room with this, like a mask covering his face at all times. And it bounces back and forth, between, like, his past in the beginning, like, showing just kind of, like, how he got there. And when it does that part, it's more, like, straightforward, but the longer he's in there, the more, his mental sequences start becoming, more irrational, more quickly edited, and more frantic.
Yeah.
The part where it really starts kicking, and he's like, how long have I been here? And he starts, like, counting the days, and he's like,
a year.
Yeah, and then, man, that scene when that nurse told him, like, Merry Christmas, and he, like, figured out what day it was.
Merry Christmas. It's Christmas.
Yeah, so basically, kind of, like, reflects on his life and, like, his memories, his relationship with his father, his, like, mother. He doesn't really focus too much on the mother, but she's in there a little bit, and they, like, show a couple of his sisters. Then, of course, as I think any person would in this situation, he slowly starts just either wanting to just be out of this hospital room in a place where he can be out in the sun and around people, or if they won't allow that, then he wants to die. and there's like this nurse who suspects that he might be conscious in there.
Yeah.
And kind of like keeps him company and calms him down. And basically she keeps trying to like tell people like, hey, I think
he's conscious.
Yeah.
And one of the doctors is like, nah.
And he's like, if you really think that, you can take that up with
the general when he's here or whatever, the surgeon general.
And she's like, I
Okay.
will. And she does, and
he's like, yeah, he's using Morse code.
yeah, which I had that thought like the entire movie. I'm like, this is like World War I era. I'm pretty sure it takes place during World War I, early 20th century. So Morse code should still be known by people, I would figure.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why isn't he using Morse code? He can move his head. He's been like thrashing his head around this whole fucking movie. And then finally, like the last third of the movie, he's like, oh, I can use Morse code. And it's like, oh, there you go, bud. You finally figured it out. And of course, he uses Morse code. The doctors think he's just kind of like thrashing out, having a seizure or something. I don't remember exactly
So
what they
just,
said.
like, drug him.
Yeah, so they keep like doping him.
He's like, I just want to talk to somebody.
Yeah, and the generals come in, and it seems like there might be a little bit of hope. He's
talking.
He's finally communicating with them. They're like communicating through Morse code, and basically he lets them know. And he's like, "Hey, send me to a carnival, a freak show. You know,
I want to be like a member of society again. I want people to see that, like, just because you don't have limbs anymore doesn't mean you're not human.
Yeah,
He doesn't have a face anymore either. He has like nothing.
Yeah, and basically the general is like, we shouldn't really let people know about this.
Yeah.
Let's just keep him here. Also, close the blinds, which is like,
Yeah.
keep the blinds open. Give the man a little fucking sunlight.
And they're like, and he's like, kill me then, kill me. And they're
And
just
they
like,
won't.
no. Yeah.
And then the one nurse, when everyone leaves the room, attempts to kill him, but the
surgeon
general
walks in and stops her. So
and
Johnny's
basically
just there.
he fires her, and
Yeah.
so basically the movie ends very hopeless with him just
Being there forever.
and it's
In a breathing tube.
such a dark fucking movie.
Yeah.
What were your overall thoughts?
I mean, I liked it. I just, I feel like I'd like the book a lot more. There was a lot of, like, there's a lot of sequences that, a lot of the flashbacks, I thought some of the movie was kind of poorly acted. I thought the ADR for the guy, like, was the, like, voiceover was kind of bad. Like, I like the movie, but there's a lot of parts of the movie that I thought were bad. Which is unfortunate because the story's really, really good in it.
Yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed this. I'd agree. I thought that there was some bad acting. I thought while the main actor, while he was corny, I thought it was kind of like endearing. And
I got used to it. Just some of the first couple scenes were a little too rough for me. I'm like,
I can see that. Like, that scene where he's with his girlfriend the night before he deploys out. I thought that scene was kind of just took a little too long. There was a lot of meandering, which with the context of the rest of the film, I kind of get what they were going for. You know, kind of like don't take it for granted, take it easy while you got it, kind of thing. But I still felt like that scene just kind of went on a little too long. And I didn't think his girlfriend's actor was very good.
Yeah.
I think my favorite thing about this movie, I think I've expressed this on here in the past. I may or may not have. If I did, it was when I was talking about End of Evangelion. But I love when movies can, like, get psychological and, like, inside someone's head and have, like, a pretty good explanation for it, not just, oh, we're going in the head just because. Like, I want some sort of, like, viable pathway there.
Yeah, I feel
it. And I thought it worked in this film. Like, I really liked a lot of those sequences. Some of them I thought were hokey. I didn't like all of them, but there were lots of them that I did enjoy, and lots of moments where I was like, really just like, ooh.
Yeah, it's like 2 dream sequences in which Donald Sutherland plays Jesus.
I thought those were pretty good.
Yeah,
I really liked Donald Sutherland as Jesus.
Yep.
Second I saw him, I'm like, oh, it's my boy.
And I'm like, oh my god, it's the villain from the Hunger Games.
No, is he?
Yeah. Plays President Snow.
No, I never got around to watching those movies.
Alright, we'll be back.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Okay.
My computer's just being slow for whatever reason. I'm gonna blame, you.
That's fair.
Welcome back to Jonathan Got His Gunathan.
Yeah, so,
I mean, we said...
Yeah, it's a pretty simple movie. There's really not a lot to it. Here's one scene I don't think we talked about. Remember the scene where the kid's asking like what democracy is? I thought that scene was...
And the dad's like, I don't know. Well, I never really had a big idea myself. All I knew it was about sending kids to kill each other, pretty much.
It's like, would you send me, Dad? And he's like, well, any man would send his son to die for democracy. He's like, well, I wouldn't.
And the dad's like, fuck you then.
Yeah. Which, yeah, no, I also wouldn't send my kid to die for democracy.
Yeah. Fuck democracy.
If he wants to make that decision himself, he can. Or herself. Themselves.
Himself. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
They want to be when they grow up. Whatever they end up being, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just... there was some woke shit. That was a good line. There were a couple really good lines. And then like that scene we were talking about right at the beginning, there's a scene where this nurse who's been trying to be nicer spells Merry Christmas on his chest very slowly, and he gets it, and he's like shaking his head, he's like, yes! Merry Christmas!
Yeah.
And there's like bells and fucking violins and horns going off in his head. He's like, it's Christmas!
And he goes to that Christmas party where his boss like repeats that one line like 50 times.
Yeah, hold on, I wrote it down.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was despite how many times he actually said it, but it's like, oh fuck, I don't know. So he was shouting something about Christmas. But, yeah, this movie taps into like one of my worst fears.
Being white?
Alright, 2 of my worst fears. Being white and then...
I'm the boss, this is champagne, Merry Christmas!
That's what it was.
And he just kept repeating it over people. He's like, I'm the boss, and he's like, being like a weird animatronic, he's like moving, he's like, I'm the boss, here's the champagne, Merry Christmas!
Yeah. I'm always like... I don't know why, but I always find the idea of like being stuck in my own head really scary.
Yeah, no, I feel it.
This film didn't quite go as deep because I feel like the real scary thing about that is like the points in which you forget that you're in your head or whatever, and you like kind of take it as reality, and then like you have that like moment where you're like, wait a minute, something's not right here, and then it all just kind of like quickly comes together. You're like, what the fuck? Where am I? What the fuck?
And there were like points that were kind of close to that, like when he was talking to Jesus. He's like, "Is this real? Is this not?" But
yeah.
I think the film took too little time to like really hammer that in, that he didn't know where he was or what was happening, and he didn't ever go back to that state. Like once he was like conscious of what was happening, he was just like, "Okay, I'm here."
Yeah, and I feel like if they were to do that, it would have worked better if it was in a more like grounded scene. I find like stuff like that can usually be pretty hard to buy into if it's like a super weird scene, like he's hanging out with Jesus.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute, is this a dream? It's like, yeah, no shit, it's a fucking dream.
Yeah,
or maybe you died and you're...
At first, when it showed up, I was like, oh, it's just a guy who like has hair that resembles Jesus and his name is Christ. And then he's like, yeah, I turned water into wine, like right at the beginning. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I see what's happening here.
Yeah, but Keith Sutherland did a really good job. Not Donald Sutherland did a really good job in this movie. Son look a lot alike. Yeah, I really don't have much more to say.
Yeah. What'd you give the film?
I'd probably give it probably like an 8, maybe. Probably closer to a 7 than a 9. But
yeah. I mean, I gave this film a 6. Like, I liked it, but that's why I would be okay with, like, a remake, because I think, like, a lot of the film's faults were, like, kind of, like, technical issues and, like, acting ability, so I feel like even just a straight remake could be a lot better because of just how not good some parts were.
yeah.
That makes sense.
I'd almost say I would, like, enjoy a modern interpretation of this story, but it would be, like, pretty much a completely different movie, because the, like, war and culture are very different nowadays than how they were back in World War I, World War II. And it's not as bad, nowadays. We aren't constantly sending young people to die all the time. I don't think we've had a draft or anything like that for... When was the last one? Was it...
It might have been Vietnam.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't have any time in the future, because
it's extremely unethical.
Yeah, it's unethical. I don't want to fucking go.
Like I said,
I don't believe
you
in
can
war.
put me on record. If there's a draft, I'm dodging.
Yeah,
believe me, I'm shooting myself in the foot. I'm dying. I will not fight unless it's like against the robot Hitler. Maybe I do that.
Like, the only time I think I would ever fight is if I was actually at a point where I felt like my rights are like basically like fight or die type deal, like that kind of thing. But not like, and I don't foresee anything like super revolutionary happening anytime in the next 20 years. I think while tensions have gotten higher, I think that we're not quite at that boiling point yet.
Yeah. Not yet.
I think it'll be a long time before any issues get resolved, because people sleeping.
People sleeping. People need to be woke. Anyway, so our average is a 7 for the film. You should watch it. It was good.
It's on, there's a full upload on YouTube. So
on the youtube.com.
Check it out. Alright.
Okay, time to talk about Visitor Q by Takeshi Miike.
Oh my god.
Thomas loved the film. He kept texting me. He's like, whoa, dude, that film was epic.
I think I hated this film. But there are things I did like about it. Like, I can, like, go in and, like, cherry pick, like, specific moments or maybe even ideas that were in it. Just the film as a whole, I don't know, like, it was certainly weird. I think my favorite part was definitely the milk scene.
The milk scene, yeah.
Or milk scenes. Because there are 2 of them. I'm partial to the second one myself, because I think that one's way funnier. But the first one was pretty funny, just simply for, like, how off guard it caught me.
So the film opens with a man. He's a journalist. He's filming a young woman. And the caption says, "Would you have sex with your own daughter?" And he's filming a young prostitute who is his daughter.
Yeah.
And then he has sex with his own daughter.
And she teases him for coming too early.
Yeah, she's like, haha, it costs more. She's like, haha, it costs more because you came early, you fucking doo-doo head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she's like dancing around. He's like, oh, he's like freaking out. He's got that post-cum depression, especially because he's like, I didn't want to fuck my own daughter, but he did. Yeah. And then it just suddenly cuts to, like, would you hit a stranger on the head or something like that?
Yeah.
Like, the next scene just has a completely different caption. So, like, there's this opening scene where there's, like, this sex scene that lasts, like, 7 minutes between this dad and this daughter.
Yeah.
And then he, like, cries, and she laughs at him, and then it just kind of cuts away.
I will say one of the things I really liked about that scene was it's being shot from, like, a video recorder that he has, and she's got, like, just a standard, like, camera that she's taking pictures with, and, like, whenever she actually, like, takes the picture and you hear, like, the shutter, it would, like, quickly, like, cut to the image that she would have taken at that part.
Yeah.
Just as, like, a real quick, like, cutaway. I like stuff like that.
Yeah. And I mean, it was an uncomfortable scene, but I thought that, like, making the scene, like, so drawn out was effective in making the audience uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, like, it was effective in what it was trying to do. So then the dad's on a train. They're on a bus. Or somewhere. He's sitting somewhere.
I think he's
or like a
sitting
bus
in
station.
Yeah, I don't, because he hasn't gotten on a bus because the dude hits him from the window.
Yeah. And then there's this guy outside. He's kind of sexy. He has nice hair. And he's just, like, looking at this dad. And then, like, they're just, like, he's just looking at him for a while. And then he picks up a rock.
Yeah.
And just hits the dad in the back of the head with it.
And cue title.
Cue title.
Visitor
which
Q.
is Visitor Q. Q Visitor Q. And then it cuts to the mother.
Yeah, it has that title card that's like, did you ever beat your mother or something along those lines?
And she's like, what is she doing? She's just sitting.
She's doing a puzzle.
Yeah, she's doing a puzzle of a whale or something. It's a butterflies. A painting.
Of a woman.
Well, she's doing a puzzle.
It's a painting, or it's a puzzle of a painting of a woman.
Okay. And then her son comes out and goes, "This is not the right, I think, toothpaste?" What was it?
I think it was.
It was like toothpaste. He's like, "Don't you ever listen to me?" And then he pulls out like a riding crop or something.
Yeah, he's got
and then he just starts beating his mother. And she has like scars all over her hands and stuff you see at the beginning of the scene. And he just goes into her and he just won't stop. She's like, "Ah!" And then he eventually just like runs back upstairs. He's like, "I will be back."
Yeah. And
then it cuts back to the dad. He's walking home.
Yeah.
And he's like all paranoid. He's like, wait, is there going to be somebody that hits me in the head again? And then suddenly the guy hits him in the head again.
Yeah.
And then it jump cuts to him at home with the guy with him.
Yeah.
Being like, "This is my friend. He's going to stay with us."
And it's like, we never like figure out who the fuck this guy is.
That's the visitor.
I mean, yeah, he's the visitor. You get that, like, he comes into your life, hits you, and that knocks some sense into you, let's say, I guess. I don't know if I'd quite call it sense, but something into you, and then obviously is meant to be like this kind of like fucking weird interpretation on like a not Nanny McPhee, like a Mary Poppins, like someone who comes in and like fixes the family dynamic and gets everyone like friendly with each other type deal. But yeah, no, he's just some random guy who hangs around the house occasionally. If he feels the need to do it, he'll hit someone in the head with a rock.
Yeah. He'll hold the son close to him and whisper in his ear, like,
"Hello, who's that? Who does that bedroom belong to?"
He's like, "That's my sister's bedroom. She doesn't live here anymore." Oh yeah. The son, while beating up his mother, he then sees these people, like his classmates outside.
Oh, yeah.
He then start launching fireworks into his house.
Yeah, apparently,
like it's a fucking bomb zone.
Yeah, apparently this family is being terrorized by a group of his bullies that just fucking shoot fireworks in whenever they, like, move by the windows. Because in that scene, like, the mother, or I guess it's a later scene where the mother throws the knife like at the window, and they all just start shooting instantly when they see it.
Yeah.
I guess that was like a scene or two later. But, yeah, basically, visitor comes to dinner. The son is, like, hesitant about beating his mother in front of him.
He's like, go ahead.
He's like, do it, dude. And he's like,
okay. And then he does.
And as much as I hated this scene, it was oddly comedic. Like, because what is it? He's like, can I have, like, some salt or something, or some sugar? And she just, like, comes flying through one of the walls.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's most of the movie. Like, most of it is, like, trying to push the boundaries of uncomfortability to hit a comedic tone.
Yeah,
like, what if we go super far?
Which some of it I did find funny, and some of it I did not.
Yeah.
Like, the stuff later in the movie. Involving, spoiler alert to the people listening to this, just jumping ahead a little bit here, there's some necrophilia later in the movie. Not a big fan of that. That one made me a little too uncomfortable.
Yeah, so jumping ahead, pretty much the entire movie's just about, like, these wacky little adventures, and, like, them kind of slowly losing their minds.
Yeah, it's like they...
Like, the boy continues to get bullied, he continues to bully his mother, but then one day she, like, has enough.
Yeah.
And she, like, throws a knife at the kid.
It's like, it starts at everybody's low point, because it's like the mom's being beaten by her son, the son's, like, being bullied, the fucking father the movie begins with him sleeping with his prostitute daughter.
Yeah.
And then, on top of that, you find out that, at a certain point in the film, you see him, like, opening up his camera, and he caught footage. See, he used to, like, what was he trying to do? Just go around and, like, interview the youth, and they end up, like, beating him up and sodomizing him with his microphone.
Yes.
And he captures it on camera, and for some reason he decides to, like, show all of his workers as if it's like, hey, this next thing I'm working on, it's gonna be big, watch this! And everyone's just like, what the fuck? Yes, I think any rational person would.
What is wrong with you?
Which we find that out through, it's like a reporter friend of his.
Yeah.
Who he's like, alright, so I'm working on this next project, and it's gonna focus on me and my son being bullied. And it's like, she's like, this sounds fucking preposterous. Don't do this. You're gonna make a fool of yourself again. He's like, no, it's great. And then, of course, later, when he goes to, like, actually film that part, she basically is like, this is stupid. I don't want to be a part of this. Just leave me alone. Bye. And then he rapes her, chokes her to death, and then decides, well, gotta take her home, gotta cut her up. But when he's, you know, using the magic marker to, like, circle the parts that he's gonna cut out, he gets too turned on, and he sets up the camera. He's like, it's not sadness, it's not anger, it's sex. That's what's been driving me nuts. I need to fuck. And then he starts fucking the dead body, but her rigor mortis kicks in. She gets too tight. His dick gets stuck in her.
She shits on him.
I thought that part was pretty funny. That's like the one.
I don't know. I thought it was a pretty funny scene. Her, like, getting stuck.
Once it got to, like, the rigor mortis,
they're, like, walking around with it.
I was a little bit more able to laugh at it, but, like, everything up until that point, I was just like, this is super uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
And typically, like, I don't get really uncomfortable by a lot of stuff, so just, I don't know, not a fan of the idea of necrophilia or rape.
Well, maybe you should try necrophilia.
You know?
That would, like...
Yeah, maybe I should try it before I just shit talk it, you know? I might like it. It might be my favorite thing ever. Okay.
And then, so the mother gives him meth to loosen up his joints or whatever, and he gets unstuck. And then...
like the only other plot point that we haven't talked about is the fact that the wife at one point started.
She does a bunch of drugs, and then
she
starts becoming a prostitute. Or I think she already was one.
Yeah.
To, like, fuel her drug habit.
And then she ends up... she doesn't sleep with him, but the visitor Q guy ends up, like, milking her in one scene.
Yeah, she has big nipples.
And she really likes it.
And then she's like...
And then leading back to the scene that we're currently on.
Necrophilia one. He's like, go get a trash bag. And the visitor walks in. She's like, trash bag? And then she takes off her shirt. And she's wearing a trash bag. She's like, here, take this one. I'm like, first of all, there's holes in it, ma'am.
Yeah.
And she makes more holes to go, look, I can do it myself. And she starts milking herself. And she just keeps doing it.
And it goes on for minutes. He's got like a
minutes.
little umbrella next time he cut to him. And then later in the movie, the son's like laying down on the kitchen floor, and the entire thing is just soaked in milk.
Yeah, it's just covered in milk.
It's just a big like milk pool in there. It's like, what the fuck? That was my favorite scene in the movie.
Oh, it was great. And then like the bullies come back right near like pretty much the end of the film, and they just go crazy. They see him like beating up the sons, and the dad runs out and he's like, ah! I think he's naked still.
He might be.
He has like a big ass knife, and he like punches somebody in the face, and then he like jams his big ass knife into somebody's head and just starts sawing back and forth, like laughing maniacally.
It's the one kid who hasn't been punched or sawed at this point is like seeing this. He's in shock for a minute, and he's like, oh fuck, I gotta get out of here. And he turns around. The wife is there. She's got a knife. She throws it perfectly, and it lands straight in his head, which I feel like that wouldn't happen. I mean, if you had like the right knife for it, yeah, but I feel like if your average like house knife, I feel like it wouldn't like just cut through your fucking skull. Yeah, to be fair, maybe if she chucked it with enough velocity, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know. I've never tried throwing a knife at anyone's head, so...
Maybe that's another thing you can try.
Yeah, why am I shit-talking all these things I've never tried before? I should throw a knife at somebody's head and then have sex with them to see two birds, one stone. I can see if I like necrophilia and murdering with by knife throwing.
And then Visitor just kind of disappears into the wind.
Yeah, he leaves and then...
And then the film ends with...
Well, there's one more scene with the Visitor, which leads into the end.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's out walking the streets, and the daughter prostitute is like, hey, you want to fuck? You're pretty good looking. I'll give you a discount. And he's like, it looks down.
Like, and then he picks up a rock and hits her in the head.
Yep.
And then it cuts to her going home. Be like, I'm back.
Yeah, because she's like apparently super broke, according to her line in the last scene where she was asking him to fuck. I guess the prostitution business has not been going well for her, seeing as her only clientele that we've seen up until that point was her father.
Oh, she got $1,000 from her dad, though.
That's true.
I'm like, what are you doing with all this money?
So she goes home. She looks out her window, sees the mom out in the shed where they were hacking up the prostitute earlier. Yeah, she's like wearing... She's in a trash bag again, right?
I think she has a tarp over her.
Okay, and then she like uncovers the tarp, and you see the like father is just like
sucking on the nips.
Yeah, he's getting some milk. And naturally, what do you do in that situation? Go out there, and you get some milk on the other two.
I'm hungry.
What a good mother, breastfeeding her husband and daughter years after she needs to.
Yeah.
And theoretically speaking, she never needs to breastfeed her husband, but how nice of her.
Yeah, you do. It's actually in the law that once you get married, you have to, in Japan at least.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I haven't heard of that one over here.
Yeah. Takashi Miike actually made it law. He's like, you have to put this in.
Makes sense.
Okay. Do you have any other thoughts on this film?
It's bizarre.
It's extremely bizarre. I like what it was going for. I like what both the films were going for. Yeah. I just think both of them were executed somewhat poorly in certain ways. I didn't hate it like you, but...
I don't know if I'd say I hated it, because I didn't completely hate it. There are things that I did really like about this movie. I liked some of, like, the editing and, like, the, like, scene transitions and stuff that they would do like that. I
kind of wish the whole movie was as bizarre as the last 30 minutes.
Yeah. Maybe. I might have enjoyed it more if it was, like, half as bizarre as that last 30 minutes. I don't know if I could have taken, like, the full levels that it was going in that last third, but, yeah, because I don't know, there was stuff I liked about it, there was stuff I didn't like about it. I'd probably give this movie, I'll give it a 4 out of 10.
Okay. I'm giving this movie a 5. So our grand total is a 4.5, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, short podcast today.
This is a short podcast today.
That's okay. Next week we're going to be talking about some epic movies.
Yeah.
So I had classic films, and I had Pierre pick my film.
Oh, God. Okay. Let's see how this turns out.
So the film...
He picked a classic?
Yeah, from 1984.
Before the year 19... He didn't even have to go before the year 1990.
Yeah, he could have picked 90, 91, 92, 93, or 94.
I gotta give you props, Pierre.
Yeah.
You rose above my expectations.
So this is directed by Michael Crichton.
Okay.
The writer who wrote, like, Jurassic Park and stuff. He also directed, like, the Westworld movie and stuff when it was out.
Okay.
This one's called Runaway. In the near future, a police officer specializes in malfunctioning robots. When a robot turns out to have been programmed to kill, he begins to uncover a homicidal plot to create killer robots, and his son becomes a target.
Oh?
And it's with Tom Selleck, and the villain is Gene Simmons from Kiss.
Okay.
It's available for free on Crackle, or you can buy it and rent it wherever you buy and rent things from. Amazon, YouTube, all those jazz, Google Play. Yeah, so I'm excited to watch that one. Thanks, Pierre.
And my movie for this week, you can watch on Netflix. I'm doing this because I haven't seen this. You have. I'm doing this to prepare for a movie that comes out next month by the same director. But my pick is The Witch.
I have seen this film.
I have not seen this film.
By Robert Eggers. The Lighthouse. Does that come out next month?
Yeah, I think it comes out, like, later next month.
Epic. Very cool, yes.
Yeah.
That's very exciting. I wonder if he's still attached to the Nosferatu reboot.
Oh, was he attached to that?
Yeah, you have it on your watch list.
I didn't look to see who was making it.
Yeah, it's supposed to come out in, like, 5 years, but that would be very cool. Okay, very cool. So Netflix, Crackle, those are the 2 movies. Thanks for listening. And go tell your grandma.
Yeah, tell your grandma. Tell your tax collector.
Tell the mafia mob boss that's coming to collect his money that you're behind on.
Yeah, you grocery store clerk. Find a random person on the street, ask for their mother's phone number, call them, and tell them to watch 2 Weens in a screen.
Perfect. All right. Thanks, everybody. See you later.
Adios.